We got breakfast made this morning, scrambled eggs, croissant, strawberries, and this is a reading vlog. It is Thursday, May 27th, and I don't have much planned, so we're gonna do a 24-hour reading vlog today. Or so I thought. Today I need to go print and sign some paperwork. I need to pick up a book from the school library. I don't think there's anything else that I need to do. So the first book that I have is The Comeback by Shen, and I mentioned this in my May-June TBR, and so for the end of May hits, I did want to read this and pick this up. I got this from the public library, and basically it's about this figure skater who is so good and confident on the ice, but she is not so good and confident off the ice when she is bullied because of her Chinese heritage. And so I'm excited about that. I am listening to an audiobook. I'm listening to an audiobook called The Year of Less: How I Stopped Shopping, Gave Away My Belongings, and Discovered Life is way more worth way more than anything you can buy in a store. That's what it looks like right now, and I'm 74% in, so I definitely can finish today because I have an hour and a half left of it. So those are the books that I plan on reading and finishing today, because Shen's book is a very it's a kid's book. It's middle grade, so hopefully I can finish it really quickly. Then we'll think about what else I can read later. I'm gonna enjoy my breakfast and then clean up and then get back to it. Breakfast is done, dishes are washed, clothes are changed, and I realized the other thing that I need to do today is move my bike out of my old dorm. So I should have been headed to the library 20 minutes ago. It's 8:24, whoops. I forget how short I am. So I just finished the audiobook, The Year of Less, and I give it a 2 out of 5 stars. I was really hoping that I would get something new out of this book. I really did not. I really did like hearing about the author's experience with her year of spending less money and getting rid of majority of her things, and how she saved up her money and went out of debt and all that things. I feel like the only part where we really get to hear about how to go about living with less is the very end of the book, where she provides this guide, and then the rest of the book talks a lot about her experience. She also talks a lot about alcoholism and her experiences with that, which I thought was very interesting to read about. Overall, I really did appreciate the way she opened up and was very vulnerable with a lot of information that she shared, and it was very much memoir-y rather than a guide on how she shopped less and her shopping ban and stuff like that. So I feel like there just wasn't a balance in all of that. I'm probably going to do all sorts of history vlogs about this, but I've been trying to do more research about my senior seminar topic, and I really want to do something surrounding the topic of African Americans at the Chicago World's Fair in 1893. I absolutely love learning about the Gilded Age. I think it's very interesting. I love 19th century American history, and I love Black history, and so I was like, let's combine these two topics together. And so I'm trying to see if my library has any resources before I go in and look for my Angela Davis book today.
Karen, code switch, Black neighborhood that was so prosperous it earned the nickname Black Wall Street.
So to prepare for the library, I have my list of books that I want to find in my notebook. To stop by the mail room and drop off a letter, but I need to buy a postage stamp. All are going in my purse until I can confidently vlog out in public. So I'll see you in a bit. It is 10:45 and I have not started reading at all yet. I don't think I should do a library haul, just because I will have a whole separate video about my books. I think I want to eat lunch at noon, so I'm going to use the rest of the time to read until then. But also, I was looking through audiobooks on my Libby app. Not sponsored, but y'all should if you want to. These are some of my favorite comedians on the back of my phone right here. We have Alana Glazer on the bottom and then Abby Jacobson on the top. I found Abby Jacobson's book that she has called I Might Regret This: Essays, Drawings, Vulnerabilities, and Other Stuff. And so it's a 6-hour audiobook, and I really love listening to memoirs on audiobook. I don't know, it feels like I'm listening to a podcast, and I like nonfiction anyway, and so I do a lot better with memoirs and biographies through audiobook than a regular book. There are so many reading spots. I think I might choose this one here. But my camera is dying, so I'm going to charge my camera while I read, and I will let you know how I do. So my camera is balancing on top of the Keurig machine. Hopefully it stays there. Now 12:05. I spent the last like 10-15 minutes watching like YouTube videos, and I watched the Debbie Downer SNL skit again. I absolutely love that skit. It always makes me laugh. I am about 102 pages into the comeback, and the way that I teared up reading this book, oh my god. I have already started crying. I identify with Maxine so much already, and I don't know, I just love that this is a middle grade read, because I think this is definitely a book that I would have loved to read when I was like, what, 12 years old? But it's 12 o'clock. I'm gonna make some lunch, and I will be showing you what I make. An avocado. Thanks. Alright, so I am making a kale quinoa apple salad. So all you will need is your kale. It has a bunch of dressing and stuff on it already from yesterday. I have my quinoa already cooked. I have feta cheese, an apple, and I think I want to use some avocado on this. Yes, I do. I don't want to use avocado on this, so I want to save that. I will link a recipe that I use down below, but let me just make this. Your cranberry and almond mixture. Sprinkle it all on there. I'm going to update Goodreads to see how far along I am with this book. That puts me at 37%. I think I can finish this book today. It's only 12:17. So I'll read this and we'll see where I go from there. Okay, just an update. I am now about 202 pages in, so I read exactly 100 pages in about... What? Anyway, I love this book so much. Earlier, I mentioned the plotline talks a lot about how Maxine is great on the ice and ice skating, but when she is at school, she's bullied because of this racist kid, and it's just really gross. And there's also this little plotline where she makes a new friend through the ice skating world. I don't even know what it's called. Through the ice skate club? I don't even know, like, whatever. There's this new girl in town who's ice skating at the same rink, and they become friends. And so this book, because it's a sports novel for kids, it also talks a lot about like the identities and pressures that come with being an athlete, especially as like a middle schooler. I think they're in middle school. She's 12 years old. So yeah, that's like 6th grade. That's about middle school, right? I just love the themes that this book touches on. And there was a scene where Maxine and her parents made dumplings together, and just like that experience is something that I share with my family. I am going to make predictions now. So if you're planning on reading this video, if you're planning on reading this book, definitely like click out of this video now, because I'm going to talk about some predictions that I have. So the moment that I just read, Maxine made eye contact with her bully, and I think her and her bully are going to end up being friends. I think it's just going to be a matter of like, this bully has a bunch of insecurities and he's taking it out on the one minority kid, but they end up being friends in the end. That's how it all ends, right? And then Maxine and the new skater girl will probably be besties, and the skater girl will talk a lot about the pressures that she experiences from her mom in terms of competing and ice skating, and it breaks her down, and she breaks down in front of Maxine. Maxine will eventually have a conversation with her parents about this racist bully, because I think that's what's going to happen, but I only have 100 pages in, so let's see if that fits in. Update. I started crying. Okay, so as predicted, Maxine talked to her parents, but it only happened because she got bullied on a class field trip, and they were at like an American Revolutionary War field trip type reenactment thing, and the kid goes, "You should go back where you came from," and she runs off crying, and her teacher runs after her, and he's like, "Maxine, I'm so sorry." And then it cuts to the principal's office where Maxine's mom comes in. They talk all about it. Then Maxine and her mom go home. Her mom is silent the entire car ride back, and Maxine is like there crying. And her parents have a conversation about it, and they were basically like, when your grandparents came here from China, people were so mean, they could not speak English, da 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 da. We are so sorry that we failed you, but please know that we are proud to be Chinese. And that's when I started crying. Like, I've been trying to figure out like the reasons why this book is called The Comeback, and I know it has to do with like the way she wrote down all sorts of comebacks to her bully according to what he would have said to her. So we'll see what this chapter's all about. Oh my god. I have finished The Comeback. Let me pull up Goodreads real quick. If I really like it, then it gets a 5 out of 5 stars. I love it.
I return, I trust this. The chances of
It is 3:05, and I have been listening to I Might Regret This for the last hour-ish or so, and I really enjoy it so far. I'm a huge fan of Abby Jacobson, obviously. Only 3 o'clock. I really can't be spending money, so I can't go out and get coffee. I can't go to a bookstore because I'm on a book buying ban. What other books do I have? I'm going to explore my Goodreads and see if there's another short book that I can read, and see if the library has it and if I can read it today. So I didn't really find like anything at the library that I wanted to read from my Goodreads TBR, and I decided that this reading vlog is going to be a middle grade reading vlog because I had the bright idea to go to the kids section and look for the author Cynthia Kadahata. And this was an author that I absolutely loved in like early middle school, late elementary school, and she has some new books since then. And I got this one called Half a World Away, and this one was published in 2014, so she is still like publishing books. And the synopsis reads, 12-year-old Jaden, an emotionally damaged adopted boy fascinated by electricity, feels a connection to a small, weak toddler with special needs in Kazakhstan, where Jaden's family is trying to adopt a normal baby. I'm very excited to see how this author's writing and stuff has changed or stayed the same. I have a 1-pot veggie pasta cooking up over here. Now I'm gonna clean up the kitchen while I'm listening to this audiobook. On chapter 2, and I really like reading middle grade. I think middle grade books are great for when you're coming out of a reading slump, and I don't think I was in a reading slump, but I was in a mood for something really quick and easy to read, and these books have been helping me out so much today. And so it's only 7:45, so I'm gonna read a little bit more, but I'm gonna open up my window. It is about 8:20 now, and I think I'm going to end the vlog here. I don't think I'm going to do a full 24-hour reading vlog, but I am pretty glad that I finished an entire book today, even though it was a middle grade book. I absolutely loved it. I am 5 chapters into this book, Half a World Away by Cynthia Kadahata. Again, if you've been on this channel for a while, then you would know that Cynthia Kadahata is a childhood favorite of mine, and so it's very heartwarming to get back into to her writing and to revisit that whole world again. That is it for this video. If you enjoyed, please give this video a thumbs up. Please subscribe. I have new videos coming your way soon, and let me know what book you are currently reading. Bye, everyone.